This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good morning, Tanya Obeng. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful morning?
I'm absolutely fine. It's a beautiful morning here too.
Well, it's a great pleasure to connect with you. Where is here in your world today?
Okay, so I am in Stoke Newington, which is in Hackney, London.
All right. And which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history?
Sorry, say that again?
Sure. Which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history?
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose it's me getting up first thing in the morning, but communication, definitely. Oh, dear. But yes, I have to get up very early to connect with you today. But yes, it is definitely my determination and communication to basically help people to be more positive in life.
Now, communication is a big word, and it is one of the things that many people have challenges with. Who did you learn the skills necessary to be able to help others with that?
Well, it's a mixture of things, actually. As I said before, I am a teacher, that's the first thing, and I used to teach drama. And drama is all about communication. It's all about being positive and also sometimes stepping into somebody else's shoes. And I use a lot of that work and a lot of that experience, I should say, from my drama teaching in my work today. I'm also a life coach as well. So I trained to become a life coach. And that is where my kind of repositioning took place with starting up Tanya the Communication Doctor.
Why did you choose doctor as opposed to nurse or physician? Well, physician and doctor are the same. So instead of another technical professional, if you would.
Okay, so I'm not a doctor in that profession. Tanya the Communication Doctor is a brand, okay? And with regards to that, the reason I chose that because everybody is a coach, everybody. And I suppose I get fed up of seeing this coach and various different coaches. So I wanted to be a little bit different. And I went and did a talk, well, let's say an inset day at a school. And the headmaster said, Tanya, you're talking all about communication. Why don't you call yourself Communication Doctor? And I went, cha-ching! And I thought that's a great idea. Just before I was calling myself a wellbeing and drama coach. And some people didn't really get that, in terms of the way that I was working. And I just thought that it was great just to have a brand. I feel it's quite American, actually, in terms of the sound and all the idea of it all. But I just loved it. And it represents what I'm about. Because even though I'm a coach and I help people reposition and return to work, a lot of that work is done through communication. And I think communication is the key to everything that I do. It's every connection with everybody, every mediation, that first connection, whether it's visual, whether it's physical, or whether it's vocal, it's important. And that's what I teach with the work that I do with body language and all that sort of thing. So it's a mixture of various things. So it just made sense to me.
I love it. I immediately connected the dots on my side from my first experience. I was like, yes, I'm going to love this conversation. It's the Communication Doctor, Tanya. So yeah, it worked for me. That's my feedback. Tell me, what's one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years?
Consistency. Okay, so Tanya the Communication Doctor was only really born March last year. So consistently, I was running my own company, which I still am running, which is called Lifted and Gifted. And Lifted and Gifted is a company that provides educational performing arts workshops in schools. So from morning clubs to one-day workshops to after-school clubs, yeah? So we do the works. And we do it with a little bit of a difference. So a lot of the work we do is we do stuff like drama through history. So we use the experience of teaching drama And we do as much as meditation as well. Yes, meditation is big as well in the schools. So we do lots of alternative ways of working in schools through Littered and Gifted. And the last 2 years of Littered and Gifted, I was going through quite a lot. And in this country, what happened is there were severe cuts in schools financially. So that affected companies like myself. And I was getting various phone calls that people were saying, oh, some of them I've been working with for 5-6 years, and they're saying, we can no longer work with you because we can't afford you. So that was when I was going through a bit of a transition myself. Also, in that year before, I lost both my parents within a month.
Sorry about that.
And that's okay. And so that was a real kind of life change for me. It was a real turning point for me. So I took some time out. So I took a year off, literally a year off working myself, running workshops, but my company's still running. So thank the Lord for that. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to live. So I took a year out. And then after that year, I decided that I was going to reposition and use my coaching experience. And that's where Communication Doctor was born. And that's partly why I do what I do, because I think there are a lot of people out there that may be on long-term absenteeism, and they may have gone through what I have gone through or worse. And sometimes it's hard to return to work. I was very lucky in the fact that I had my own business to support me during that time. But a lot of people, I think, could do with a lot of counselling, a lot of help to kind of just rebuild their confidence up. And I realised drama was a real tool of mine, and that's why I kind of help people to speak out and to just do what they love, because creativity really helped me. When I took a lot of time out, I did retreats, and I also did a lot of artwork, and I just explored that creative side of myself, and that really helped me to relax, and it was really feeding my soul. And it also helped me to come to the realisation that I wanted to pursue my coaching career as Communication Doctor.
Love it. Thanks for sharing that. Now, where's the best place for people to connect with you?
Basically on LinkedIn, actually. LinkedIn's a great place. Facebook, anywhere on social media. And also, if you want to contact me directly, my email is info@communicationdoctor.co.uk. That's the best place to connect, mainly social media. I'm on social media.
Love it. Again, amazing audience. You're hearing it live here from Tanya, the Communication Doctor. Tanya, let's switch gears for a moment. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Tanya, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Oh, wow. Okay, my earliest childhood memory was me being about 8 years old and doing a dance competition in Blackpool, because I used to dance, and winning. Winning the dance competition, getting my hair done and my makeup, and then just that feeling, that was probably my first feeling of doing something in front of a huge audience and feeling amazing because you feel acknowledged.
How do you see that memory connecting to who you are today?
I think it's everything about who I am today in terms of performance, because performance was my life, but it was also the whole idea of a young person being acknowledged and loved in that way by an audience. And I still encourage people today to actually speak out and to push themselves so they are acknowledged, because you have to sometimes push yourself and be quite tenacious in terms of saying what you really want to say and doing what you really want to do. And that 7 or 8 year old child, I just did that automatically. I danced and with a lot of freedom, and I didn't think about it a lot of the time. I wasn't worried about the people in the audience. And a part of me would love to go back there, but you can't go back, you can only go forward. And it's just that nice feeling sometimes of being a child and being able to be that free and just be yourself.
That is beautiful. Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Yes, of course.
I love the preparation that goes into what comes after, whether you're preparing for drama or dance, which is, you spoke of, getting made up and getting the hair done. But it's I connected to what you spoke about, when you were in pain, when you lost your parents and you took the year off, and how necessary it is to really prep yourself first, and then go into the performance, if you would. And the performance metaphorically can be so many different things, right, in life. But it was just pretty cool to see that little connect there of self-care before you go out to the world, before you perform again, metaphorically speaking.
Yeah, that's a brilliant connection. Wow. It's so lovely. That's why it's so nice to be interviewed or to talk to people, because from the outside you can see so much. And I feel that myself when I work with clients. I see so much that they don't see. And that's why it's nice to step in to this conversation and, because you're listening and you're obviously listening with great depth. Yeah. To what I'm saying. Yeah. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
My favourite song when I was 12. Oh, God. I've got to really think about that one. I loved Salt and Pepper, but I don't know if it was when I was 12. I think I was a little bit younger. But I remember when I was young, I did love that, push it. I love Salt and Pepper. Really did love them. And I think I love their attitude and the way that they are. And just the fact they're two women, I felt they were quite empowering, actually, at a young age. I look back, quite empowering young women rapping. And I suppose at that time, rapping was really big. Hip-hop was really big. So I do love hip-hop.
Yeah, it's amazing how it connects, right?
Yeah, totally.
All right, my friend. Well, we've arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Tanya, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Someone to pass on my skills to. That's my children.
All right. Are you married?
Yes, I am. I'm married and I've got 2 children, and that's a lovely thing, actually, because automatically they connect with you in different ways. And even though I'm passing on my skills, they're also passing on their skills by me watching them and observing them. So it's an exchange, I always feel.
Do you believe in God?
I do. Oh, wow. I don't normally talk about religion, really, but I'm a Buddhist. But at the same time, I am a Buddhist. I do believe in God as well, because I was brought up that way. I was brought up a Christian. So even though I'm a Buddhist, I still have that strong belief in God as well. But I do practice as a Buddhist.
All right. Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes, of course. I think you can't cope with that. That in a circle of friends. I mean, when someone says they've got no friends, it does worry me. But yes, I do have an inner circle of friends. I've got friends that I've known since I was at university that I'm very close with, and also friends that I've made on the mum circuit. So friends represent different points of my life, but I think I'm very good in terms of maintaining friendships, because I think they're quite important. Yeah,
definitely are. Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
I don't, actually. I'm not a big TV watcher.
What about 3 hours a week?
Well, probably in a week I would, but I'm one of those people that would watch a film, or if there's something that's on catch-up or something like that. I do like period dramas generally, but I don't have the time normally to sit and watch them. I kind of feel like I'm, wasting time. That's why it's better for me to go to a cinema and actually sit, because then I have to watch something. But I'm not very good at... No, I'm not a big TV watcher, but my children watch a bit of TV, but I'm not a great TV watcher, if I'm honest. Yeah.
What about screen time, the phone and the computer? Do you do more than 8 hours a day or less than 8 hours a day?
Of course, I do a lot, because a lot of my interviews take place on Zoom, so I'm sat down a lot. I don't like the fact that I am, so I tend to go out for walks in the park. That's what I like to do, and I read a lot. That's probably what I do. I do a lot of walks and I do a lot of reading. But yes, I'm sat a lot in front of the computer on Zoom, speaking to people all around the world, and that has just happened in the last year, so it's really, really quite exciting.
Well, Tanya, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, what would you say that is?
A statement that represents who I am? I would say tenacious. I would also say ambitious and creative. That's what I would say, really. Those statements are, tenacious, creative and ambitious. That definitely says who I am. Yeah.
All right, my friend. Well, Tanya, this has been a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I really do love your accent. Actually, it's really beautiful.
Thank
My
you.
my my parents are from Jamaica. Originally, they were from Jamaica, so it is lovely to connect and hear your accent.
Thank you.
It's nice
Thank
to
you.
kind of that makes me feel like I am in the Caribbean. So, but I would say thank you very much for taking the time out and connecting with me and interviewing me. I really appreciate that. And I suppose in terms of people that inspire me or have inspired me in my life, I'm just adding to what I was saying earlier when you asked that question. I'm a great lover of Oprah Winfrey, as many people are really. And there's one thing that she said is being connecting with herself and she realised that she loved what she did, and it was about being conscious of herself and conscious of other people around her. But she believes that she's in this world to help people find their true consciousness. And I really connected with that thought myself. So I just want to add that to what I said earlier when I said ambitious, tenacious, and creative. But more of that is about helping people connect with their conscious self as well.
Love it.
Yeah.
Tanya, the communication doctor, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Brilliant. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
This segment has been brought to you by Amazel Enterprise.